Hello everybody, I'm Devashish Roy, the Senior Network Analyst at the Indian Cybersecurity Solution, and I welcome you all to this special webinar on building serverless applications on AWS, and especially focus on AWS Lambda and other serverless services. So let's start. So we'll explore the power of serverless applications. So what is a serverless computing? Serverless means that it is not hosted on any particular, say, on-premise server. Without managing infrastructure, you are hosting this. Means you are hosting it in the cloud. Like the AWS Lambda and API gateway enables scalable services. Like your Lambda means the Python code or API. This is all hosted on the cloud. So that is the serverless. Means you are not dependent on any particular physical server infrastructure. Lambda is a serverless compute service that runs code in response to events. So it is a Python-based code. It is used by the developers to focus on writing code, and they use it to do some automation with some S3 buckets. So this is totally about the development phase or the programming phase, you can say. It is not directly related to the networking phase or architecture phase. It is a development level. And Amazon API Gateway, that is Application Programming Interface, is a fully managed service that makes it easy for developers to create, publish, maintain, and monitor and secure APIs. So these APIs, it is used to communicate between different applications or programs. So it is totally the programming or DevOps phase. Scalability: serverless applications are inherently scalable, and as the underlying infrastructure is managed by AWS, and they can be this allows applications to automatically scale in response to demand, that is scale in or scale out. Serverless applications in AWS offer cost efficiency by charging only for the compute time consumed. So definitely it is also a service, and you will pay only for the time that you use. That is pay as you go model eliminates the need to pay for added resources, resulting in cost saving. AWS provides a secure foundation for serverless applications such as IAM roles. I've already talked to this before. VPC integration, that is virtual private cloud, and built-in DDoS protection, denial of service attack protection. So this is a complete package, you can say, and this ensures that serverless applications are protected from security threats. So this serverless applications is SaaS-based applications are hosted on the cloud and is accessed from anywhere. That is the advantage. Best practices for building serverless applications in AWS include designing for resilience, optimizing performance, implementing proper monitoring, and leverage managed services for scalability and reliability. So serverless applications, we can say, that offers a powerful and efficient way to build and run applications like AWS Lambda and Amazon API Gateway. So it is totally, you can say, this API, this Lambda is totally integrated, and developers can focus on innovation and business logic without managing infrastructure. So this is a complete package. And this AWS Lambda service, further we'll discuss that is a Lambda is a powerful serverless computing service that allows one to run code without provisioning or managing servers. So this is actually revolutionizing that you are not managing any on-premise infrastructure. And serverless computing is a shift to serverless computing with AWS Lambda. It is embracing the paradigm shift, and it is goodbye to server maintenance and scaling headaches. Like if you're having the on-premise servers, definitely you have to monitor that, and you have to increase the hardware. So these things are gone. So you are in the cloud, and it's a serverless computing. So AWS Lambda enables you to build and deploy applications with unprecedented efficiency and flexibility. Event-driven architecture. So you have to unlock the potential of event-driven architecture using AWS Lambda, and seamlessly you have to connect this Python code to various AWS services and respond to events in real time. And with AWS Lambda, one can build highly scalable applications and responsive applications that react instantly with the environment. So you can build some apps, you can say the web apps, the mobile apps, these things, these development tools are built with this serverless architecture. And explains cost efficient scaling also that I was talking about with AWS Lambda, and you have to pay only for the compute time you consume. So it is also cost effective, and it is not like the on-premise servers that is costly. AWS Lambda provides automatic scaling and cost optimization. So it is actually having the scaling means that instances may grow in or it may grow out. So if the load is increasing on the instances, then the instances will be more, the scaling will be there, or if the load is decreasing, then the instances will automatically decrease, allowing to focus on innovation without worrying about infrastructure costs. And security and compliance is also there, that elevate your security and compliance posture with AWS Lambda, and it builds a robust security feature and built-in compliance controls to ensure that your applications actually meet the industry standards. And AWS Lambda enables you to build and run applications in a secure and compliant manner. Again, monitoring and logging is there, get insightful visibility into your applications. Easily you can track and analyze performance metrics like the CloudWatch metric that we know that is in AWS, and errors and logs to ensure that your applications are running smoothly. AWS Lambda empowers you to make data-driven decisions for continuous improvement. And you have to master the best practice and tips for optimizing AWS Lambda functions to effectively and efficiently manage dependencies and applications. With these insights, you can unleash the full potential for AWS Lambda function, that is a Python-based code for your applications. So we can conclude that Lambda is a game changer for modern application development. With the AI-driven applications, its serverless, event-driven architecture is a very cost-efficient scaling, security, monitoring, and best practices makes it a powerful ally for developers. And we have to embrace AWS Lambda to transform the way we build and run the applications. So this is actually the Lambda function that is totally Python-based code, and you can go to the AWS console and you can search for the Lambda service. See, run code with the Lambda. So this is the development part that you get. Do some, see, this is like the different Lambda functions with the Node.js, Python, Ruby, different languages, .NET. You can see the different codes are there. So you can deploy your own codes into this Lambda function to make some web apps. So you have to do some programming there. So this is totally the development level things in the AWS developer level. This focuses on this. Or Java. So you can run the code here. Okay, so you can run. As you can see that this code is running, is a simple code, is actually describing hello from Lambda. So it's in Java, or you can see in Python. Just go to run, and same thing is described. So this is a code. So you have to Python this. They have to use the Python to code this application. So this different apps you have to create with this code. So click on create a function, and you have these different options. Just give a function name, and you have different programming paths there. So you have different languages right from the .NET, Java. You have Node.js, Python, and Amazon Linux 2 based languages. Different languages are there to actually support you. And there are different architectures also, like not only x86, there's Intel based, or it has ARM processor also, ARM 64 also. So you can create different Lambda permissions. You can create some roles there also. So in automation, what we do, we create these functions, and we we do the automation. Say for example, in the DynamoDB database, you can update some database functions with this AWS this Lambda. So for that, you have to make the code. So you can go to the DynamoDB. these things, you can do it manually. Say you are creating a table, you are creating row, columns, and you are inserting data, say file attributes. You can do it manually, or you can do it with Lambda. So Lambda is a part to do that automation. So these things are done. So this NoSQL database, this DynamoDB, these databases are often managed by these functions. So persons who follow this track, this AWS development, if you follow this track, then you have to do some programming, the scripting with the Lambda function, and then you can automate. So this is definitely related to the AWS Solution Architect certification, but not much. We only have the basics as the theory part of this, but we will not code into it. The coding is related to the development phase. Again, the AWS developer that I'm talking about. So whoever do this development level or DevOps level, you can say AWS DevOps, they actually run this code and they build this code for the web apps, the mobile apps, and all these databases. So this is about the brief introduction of the AWS Lambda function and the power that they possess for this automation. So I hope that you have got a brief idea about this AWS Lambda function. And if you're doing the AWS Solution Architect or professional level or any other level, security level, anything, this Lambda function is definitely there. May not be in that full form, but you have to know these functions and the theory and also the features and also where you will find these functions in the AWS console. So this is a very powerful utility for developers indeed. So that is about the AWS serverless applications. So what is the serverless applications? That I've already told you that without servers, we can build the applications. Means previously in older days, we had to rely on the servers to build the application in the on-premise server. But here you do not actually install the applications on the server. You just migrate the server in the cloud. And cloud means serverless because there is no such on-premise server there. So you are actually deploying the AWS Lambda function or any Node.js, any Python, Ruby, any code there, and you are building such applications. So that is the main advantage of this serverless computing. And serverless computing is a future of the networking and future of the development level as well. So with that note, I think that we have got a brief idea about the service applications, and also you can deploy these applications when required in future. So I hope that you have got good knowledge on this topic on service applications on AWS, and thanks for joining this webinar once again. And I will come with some more topic later about the AWS Solution Architect certification and other tracks also. And so that is it for today about the AWS Lambda. So bye for now. Bye.